Okay, dear students. So today our topic is coordinate geometry. So actually you have started your geometry in class, I think 6 or 7, or before that, like you have done a plane geometry, geometrical figures, angles. You are talking about points, lines, triangles, etc. And already in class 10 we have done a chapter on similarity of triangles. Now you have a coordinate geometry. Actually geometry are of, if you see the geometry in your level, is it is called Euclidean geometry. Actually Euclid, by the name of the famous Greek philosopher or mathematician. So this is Euclidean geometry.
স্যার বলছি সায়নের ওয়াইফাইটা পুরোপুরি গেছে, ও মোবাইল ডেটাতে কানেক্ট করার চেষ্টা করতে পারে,
Okay,
পসিবিলিটি আছে সে মানে কানেক্ট করতে
I
পারে
am
নাও করতে
doing
পারে।
the recording, no problem. Okay, okay, just stay with me. So Euclidean geometry, maximum geometry. So I'm talking about today our coordinate geometry. Already you have an idea of that, because in coordinate geometry we have a, this is called Cartesian geometry also. This the another name is the Cartesian geometry. So what we have actually two axes. We have actually two axes. This is x axis, this is x prime, this is y axis, and this is y prime. Okay, x axis, x prime, y prime. So what do you have? This direction you have x is positive. This is the positive direction of the x axis. This is the positive direction, and this side is the negative direction of the x axis. This side is the negative direction, x axis. Similarly, if you go up, this is the positive direction of the y axis, and this is the negative direction of y axis. This is the negative direction of y axis. Okay, and this is the origin. So naturally if you start, and this quadrant, first quadrant, these are the quadrant. Actually this is called first quadrant. If I write, this is called second quadrant. Okay, this is third, and this is fourth. So these are the fourth quadrant. Okay, so these are the fourth quadrant: first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. So in this quadrant, this is x direction is positive. Look at that. If you only consider the first quadrant, your x direction is positive and you have y direction is positive. So you have both the coordinates as positive. So this quadrant we have the sign, that is the plus plus. So this quadrant, both the these components have plus sign. This is called coordinate. Actually I'm writing in order pair. So suppose you have a point x comma y. So how will you write? You will write that x comma y. So both the things are positive, because in this quadrant you look at that, you are dealing with the positive numbers only, because this side x is positive, you go up, this is positive in this quadrant starting from 0. And if I go to the second quadrant, you look at that, you're going to the left of 0, because initially you was in the right of 0, you are moving towards the right, now you are moving towards the left. So x coordinate is negative, but if you go up, it will be y coordinate is positive. So in this quadrant you have negative comma positive. I know maybe you have learned this in class 9, maybe doing some graphs on that, solving graphs. So otherwise I'm just explaining once again this one. So this is your right hand side. If you go right, it will be in the first quadrant plus plus, second quadrant minus plus. In the third quadrant, both x and y are negative. So third quadrant, your points have minus minus was the sign, and fourth quadrant you have positive and negative. X is positive, Y is negative. So always your first number it corresponds to X axis, X coordinate, and Y is corresponds to Y coordinate. So we say abscissa for the first coordinate. X axis points are called abscissa and Y axis points are called ordinates. Okay. So once again I repeat, X axis points are X coordinate, that is the first component is called abscissa, and second component that belongs to Y coordinate is called ordinate. Abscissa and ordinate, right? So now I will show you once again. I want to draw that diagram. Some basic things actually required. So this is again your x-axis, y-axis, and this is your origin. Suppose you have a point 4 comma 5. So how will you plot the point 4 comma 5? So you will go, you will start from origin, you will take 1 2, you will count. Maybe you already know about this in graph pages. You have the intersections and graph points are clearly the squares. One square units is 1 point. So 1 2 3 4, and this is x, this is x, and this is y. So you go up 1 2 3 4 5. So like this is your 4 comma 5, right? This is how you will find the points on the coordinate axis. Okay. So this is how. Suppose you have a negative point minus 3 comma minus 5, minus 3 comma minus 5. So how will you show? You will go to the negative side, 1 minus 1 minus 2 minus 3, and your y coordinate is minus, that is the ordinate is minus 5. So 1 2 3 4 5. So this is how, this is your minus 3 comma minus 5, this is your minus 3 comma minus 5. Okay, clear? So this is how you will draw the points on the coordinate axis. This is also called Cartesian coordinate system. This is also called, this is a two dimensional. Actually you have a two dimension, right? This is called, you are learning two dimensional geometry, not three dimensional geometry. In the 11 class 12 you will learn about, or 11 or 12 you will learn about a three dimensional geometry. So this is all about a geometry. This is two dimensional geometry, and there are also so this is Euclid. You are learning about a Euclidean geometry. But if you go to the space, there is no Euclidean geometry will work, because in space what type of geometry, that is called non-Euclidean geometry, Gaussian geometry, all the other things are there, maybe in the higher level. So for your understanding, your knowledge, so this is you are learning Euclidean geometry. This is
So
called
স্পেসের সাথে ইউক্লিডিয়ান জিওমেট্রির কি রিলেশন আছে?
Euclidean geometry নয় স্পেসে। স্পেস ইজ রিলেটেড টু নন ইউক্লিডিয়ান জিওমেট্রি, বিকজ স্পেসে দুটো পয়েন্ট কি করে তুমি পাবে? আর্থের বাইরে স্পেস, আর্থের বাইরে স্পেসে তুমি দুটো পয়েন্টের মধ্যে ডিস্টেন্স ক্যালকুলেট করতে পারবে না। So that will be calculated by some other geometrical objects. Okay, this is called Cartesian geometry. Cartesian, this is called Cartesian geometry. Yeah, this is called Cartesian geometry. So this is all about your first introduction to geometrical. Now suppose how will you show, how will you show a line x equal to k constant? How will you show on the two dimensional space or Cartesian coordinate system? Sorry, we must write here Cartesian coordinate system. Cartesian coordinate system. Cartesian coordinate system. Right. So now I want to mention something, that is, how will you show x equal to k
এক্স
on
ইকুয়াল
the,
টু কি তো লাইন প্যারালাল টু y অ্যাক্সিস না?
actually good, very good, x equal to k, is a line parallel to y-axis. And how will you draw a line y equal to c? That will be naturally parallel to x-axis, like this. So these are the concepts of initial coordinate system, coordinate geometry, Euclidean geometry. So you are learning Cartesian coordinate geometry, coordinate system. Now, first formula always is the distance, because distance is a very important factor in mathematics, in physics, in physical science actually. So what is the distance? Distance is very much required everywhere. Suppose you have a 2 points, what is the distance between 2 points? So how will you calculate that distance? That may be the question. So you have 2 points P and Q. P is x1, y1, Q is x2, y2. And what is the distance between P and Q? The formula is given by square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 square. Okay?
Sir, SAC, finally.
Okay. Good, good. Very good. So let me prove this is a very simple proof. Acha, what I am doing? I am taken two coordinate system, Cartesian coordinate system to access x and y. I am just considering the first quadrant. I am just considering the first quadrant, that is 2 points x and 2 points P and Q in the first quadrant. So all are positive. Okay, I am taking the positive quantities. I am taking the positive quantities. So you have P x1 y1 and Q x2 y2. Okay, so 2 points. Okay, clear? So these are all points on first quadrant. So what I am doing, I am I'm completing a triangle. I'm completing a triangle, right? So what I'm doing, I'm completing a triangle and drawing two perpendiculars from P. This is the perpendicular on the x-axis. For this is, suppose this point is T. From T, I am drawing one perpendicular, that is, this is R and this is S. This is R, this is S. So I'm completing the triangle, drawing two perpendiculars, let fall on AOX. Okay. Now, now you see this, you see this length, that is starting from O to R. This is x1. Okay, because you will start your counting from origin, and your coordinate of P is x1 y1. So naturally this length is x1, and the perpendicular, that is a vertical distance, vertical height is y1. Am I clear? Similarly, starting from O, your OS, that is this distance of S is x2, and the vertical height of Q is y2. Okay, okay. So let me draw on the other side so that I can. So this is your y2. Okay, so x1 x2 y1 y2. So can you tell me what is the length PT? What is the length PT? PT. I'm just considering PT.
Sir,
PT. Yes. What is the
PT is x2 minus x1.
right? P2 is x2 minus x1 because the difference. And similarly, your Q2 is QT. QT is y2 minus y1. Okay. So that is the calculation from the diagram only. So your PT is x2 minus x1 and QT is y2 minus y1. Now I want to calculate the distance PQ, and that is, what is the distance PQ? That is from the Pythagoras theorem. This is a right angle triangle. This is a right angle triangle. So from the Pythagoras theorem, you maybe know about that. From Pythagoras, we know that a hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square, that is the PT square, plus Q2 square, base square, right? You see your PT here, PT is the base and Q2 is the perpendicular and PQ is the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse square equal to perpendicular square plus base square. That is the Pythagoras. So from Pythagoras we can write PT is x2 minus x1 whole square, because already you have calculated PT. You look at that, your PT is x2 minus x1 and QT is y2 minus y1. So y2 minus y1 square, and this is your PQ square. If you take the square root, positive square root. Why I am taking positive square root? Because distance cannot be negative. Sorry, x1 minus x2, or what you have written x2 minus x1. No problem. Make it x2 and let's make it x1. So PQ is square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, right? Y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is how your formula. So we derive the formula of 2 points, for 2 points, distance between 2 points, any 2 points whose distance can be measured by this formula. But this is not valid in non-Euclidean geometry. This is only in Euclidean geometry. Okay. Okay, next one is very important thing. Next, number 2, I will talk about the section formula. So what is the section formula? Section formula is that, suppose again I have 2 points A and B on the coordinate axis, and P is another point, and P cuts the line joining A and B in the ratio, suppose M is to N. Suppose it's the ratio, that means AP is to PB is equal to M is to N. M is to N. This is the ratio. Okay, joining the points this internally. So it cuts the point, it cuts the line P. Look at that, P cuts the line internally. It can cut externally, but that is not in the syllabus. So I am just considering only the internally ratio. So this is given, AP by PB is equal to this. Now let us prove this. This is the coordinate of P. Okay, the coordinate of the point P which divides. This is the P actually. This is your P. We have to prove that this is P. That means this is your X, this is your Y. So I have to prove that X will looks like this and Y will look like this. Okay. So what I'll do, let me prove. So let me draw the perpendiculars from P, from A, from B. Okay, and complete the triangles. Okay, this is Q and this is suppose C, and this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Okay, and obviously these points you can name the points R, S, T. These are the perpendiculars. Okay, now you see this is your origin, so this distance is x1. Okay, and coordinate of P is x comma y, suppose. So x comma y, that means this distance is x, this height, so this height is y1, this height is y. Okay, and so on. You can say this x2, so this is your x2, this length is x2, and
ডিসকানেক্ট হয়ে গেছিল
acha acha, okay okay, and this is your y2, this is your y2. Okay, so now we can easily prove, I'm not going into the proof of that triangles PAQ and PBC are similar. So I'm talking about these two triangles. triangle APQ is similar to triangle BPC. These two triangles. You have two triangles, APQ, look at the triangles, and PBC. These are similar triangles that you can prove because these two angles are equal and these two angles are 90 degree. So because these are perpendiculars, so if two angles, so AAA similarity, you can prove that similarity of these two triangles. Okay, so I'm talking about the detail of that. Now if these two triangles are similar, we can write, let me write first, you just check. Acha, here let me write here so that you can relate with the diagram. We can write PA by the ratios will be identical. So BP, PA by BP equal to AQ by PC equal to PQ by BC. This is one. So what I'm doing, these two triangles are similar. So I'm writing PA by BP equal to AQ by PC. You look at that from the diagram, and PQ by BC. Okay. So your PA by BP, that is given. M is to N. Okay. So I'm writing M by N. First ratio. You look at that. PA by BP is given in the problem, is according to the problem M is to N. According to the diagram, it is M is to N. So I'm writing M by N. Okay. And what is your AQ by PC? You look at that. What is your AQ? What is your AQ? This is your AQ. So AQ is nothing but your X minus X1. And what is your PC? What is your PC? PC is your x2 minus x, because this whole length is x2 and this portion is x1 xx. So this is your x2 minus x. Got it? So let me write x minus x1 by x2 minus x. Similarly, if you take the PQ and BC, you look at that, your PQ is y minus this whole length is y. So you are subtracting SQ, that is y1, y minus y1. So I'm writing, you verify from the diagram, y minus y1 by y2 minus y. Got it? So this is the ratio. This follows from 1 and from the diagram. This is easily, you can check this, verify this. It follows from the diagram only. So from, if you take the first two ratios, and simplify, you can check the calculation, it will give you x. If you do the cross multiplication, because your unknown is x, if you do the cross multiplication, manipulation and all that, you will find that your x is m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2. Here, and if you take the first and last ratio, if you take the first and last ratio, you will find out y as, sorry, not m1 m2, because you have taken mn, that my mistake. This is n, m plus n, and in this case you have my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. So this is also very easy to prove that these two are coordinates. So finally we have this result, that the coordinate of P, which divides the line segment joining 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2 internally in the ratio m is to n, are mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. For your knowledge, for your knowledge, I will just tell you the formula for the externally. For externally it will be looks like, for externally it will be looks like uh, m x2 minus nx1 by m minus a. That is not in the syllabus, that is for your knowledge. Maybe you will ask, sir, what will happen for in externally? So I am talking about externally. I will show you the diagram for that also. My2 plus a minus n1y by m minus 1, m minus n. So only difference is that there is a plus sign for the internal ratio, and for externally there is a negative sign. So what does you mean by the external? So look at that. This is your segment AB, and if you extend the line, this is your P actually. So this AP is M and BP is QN. This is called externally because the point P is outside the segment. That is the concept of the external intersection. Okay, so that is the concept. And one more thing I want to share with you. Anything else? Okay, okay. Let me see. Yeah, that is there in the note. Look at that. Let me increase if you can't see. So full screen. Okay, look at that. If it is 1:1 ratio, that means if the point is the midpoint, that is you have A, B, and this is P. And if the ratio is 1:1, then P is the actually M is equal to 1 and N equal to 1. So naturally your point is the midpoint, because 1:1 ratio is the midpoint. So P is the midpoint. In that case, M is equal to 1, N is equal to 1. So your formula will be x2 plus x1 by 2, y2 plus y1 by 2. Okay, so that is the formula. That is the formula for midpoint. Also, area of triangle, I just want to share with you the formula. Area of the triangle, you can get the area of the triangle by this is the triangle, this is in the coordinate axis. ABC are the points x1 y1 x2 y2 x3 y3. So what is the area of the triangle? The area of the triangle is simply, you look at that 1 2 3 2 3 1 3 1 2, and all you have a minus sign here. So how do you know? It's a 1 2 3. So you are maintaining the cyclic order always. So 1 2 3 2 3 1 and 3 1 2, like this. You have to remember 1 x x x. So this is the formula for area of the triangle. Okay, so these are all introduction about that. Also we'll discuss about mm, mm, yeah, what is the centroid of the triangle? What is the centroid of the triangle? Okay, let me talk about centroid of the triangle. What is the centroid of the triangle? Let me talk about that. Let me draw the triangle first. In triangle, what is the centroid of the triangle? So you know what is the centroid, what is the concept of the centroid? You know the medians are the lines where it connects the vertices to the opposite side, midpoint of the opposite side. So this is the midpoint actually. Yeah, so ABC is the triangle, and ABCD is the midpoint of the side BC, E is the midpoint of the side AC, and F is the midpoint of the side AB. So if you connect the medians, if you draw the medians, these are all medians, right? So if you draw the medians, they will intersect at point. That point is called the centroid of the triangle. And you know that the ratio is 2:1. The ratio is uh, yeah, this is all uh, centroid of the triangle. Okay, and also we can prove the centroid of the triangle has coordinate x1 plus, if these coordinates are x1 y1, x2 y2, and x3 y3. So your Centroid coordinate of the centroid is x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. This is the coordinate of the centroid. This is the coordinate of the centroid. G is the centroid, and this ratio is 2:1. So you see that the very easy proof actually. What is the coordinate of D? Already you have learned about that. The coordinate of D is midpoint. So x2 plus, you see the midpoint is this is the formula for the midpoint, x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. So here you have x2 plus x3 by 2 and y2 plus y3 by 2, right? So you have these two coordinates, and if you apply the ratio formula means m is to n. Yeah, this one mx2 plus nx1. So if you apply that one, you will get the centroid. So let me show you. Let me finish this one. So this is the, so what is the coordinate of, look at that, you just concentrate on the line AD. Let me once again draw the line AD separately. Let me take the line AD, A, and you have a line D. What is the coordinate of A? x1 y1. Look at that, your coordinate of A is x1 y1, right? And coordinate of D is x2 plus x3 by 2, x2 plus x3 by 2, comma y2 plus y3 by 2. Okay, and your G, you don't know G, you want to find out the centroid of the triangle G. So that you know the ratio 2:1. This ratio is 2:1. Look at that, this ratio is 2:1. This portion is 2 and this portion is 1. So this ratio is 2:1. That means AG is to GD, AD is to GD is 2:1. That much you know, and you want to calculate the coordinate of G. So let us apply that one, that formula. What is the formula? mx2 plus nx1. So I am applying that. So this is your m, suppose, and this is your n, right? You see here, just look at here, mx2. So this is your m, this is your m, and x2 is b, this side. That means the point is here, that is the opposite side. You are taking the coordinate mx2 plus nx1. Okay, just like idhar ka mal udhar, udhar ka mal idhar. So just like that. So I am doing that here also. So I am talking about this one. So 2 into mx2. So 2 and this side 2 will go multiply with this coordinate. So idhar ka mal udhar. So x2 plus x3 by 2 plus nx1. N is 1 into x1 by 2 plus 1, comma. Similarly, this is for calculation for x coordinate. Similar calculation for y coordinate also. So for y coordinate also, you will take idhar ka mal udhar. So 2 into y2 plus y3 by 2. So 2 into y2 plus y3 by 2 plus 1 into y1 by 2 plus 1. Because in the denominator you have m plus n. So this is the calculation. This is the calculation, and you see, if you simplify these two cancel, x2 plus x3 plus x1 by, in the denominator you have 3, and similar calculation for y coordinate also. So y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. Clear? So this is the coordinate of the centroid. So remember, the coordinate of the centroid is given by G, and that is x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. Very important result. So this is the proof. I will share with you these sheets. So if you take the side B, if you take the median BE, PE. Similarly, you can calculate the midpoint of E by A plus C by 2, that is x1 plus x3 by 2, y1 plus y3 by 2. And similarly, you can, this is also 2:1. You can show that the G will be same. So they will intersect at one point. So centroid, what is the centroid? Centroid is a coordinate where all the medians will intersect. Point of concurrence of three medians is called the centroid of the triangle. Okay, so this is the theoretical development or theoretical uh, concept of coordinate geometry or Cartesian coordinate system, Cartesian geometry. So I will start the problems now. Before that, you tell me any questions you have.